A fatty acid sounds like a combination of two things that we've been taught to avoid: fat and acid. However, it is a vital substance that's an essential component of every cell in your body and plays an important role in many of the body's functions. But not all fatty acids are equal, so if you want to reap the health benefits of understanding them better, it's important to know how they are similar and different. First, let's talk about how all fatty acids are similar. Fatty acids are long chains of carbon and hydrogen atoms that are parts of fat molecules. Now, to understand how fatty acids are different, it can help to think of a fatty acid chain as a long, narrow roadside motel. Each room is a carbon atom and can hold up to 2 hydrogen atom occupants. If the motel has as many hydrogen atoms as it can hold, that is, 2 for every carbon atom, there are no vacancies. That kind of fatty acid is called saturated. But if some of the carbon atoms don't have any hydrogen atoms attached to them, and there are vacancies in the motel, the fatty acid is called unsaturated. Whether a fatty acid is saturated or unsaturated makes a big difference in what it can do for your body. It's not necessary to understand all the details to make healthy food choices, but one particular detail is worth knowing. The membranes that contain your cells are largely made of fatty acids, and some of those must be unsaturated for them to function properly. Since the cell membrane passes nutrients into your cells and passes waste materials out, having healthy cell membranes is highly desirable, which means your intake of unsaturated fatty acids is worth paying attention to. But not all unsaturated fatty acids are alike either. 2 types are especially important because your body cannot make them, so they must be present in the food you eat. You've probably heard their names before. They're called omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. The difference between them has to do with the locations of the vacant rooms in their fatty acid motels. And this difference leads to differences in the way these substances participate in your body's metabolism. And that leads us to the main point of this video. Over the past century, the ratio of omega-6 fats to omega-3 fats in the typical American diet has increased astronomically, largely due to the abundance of processed food in the grocery aisles. Because many processed foods contain substantial amounts of industrially produced vegetable oils, which are high in omega-6 fats. What are the health consequences of this cultural diet revolution? The answer to that is not totally clear, largely because it depends on who you ask. And unfortunately, it also depends on who funded the studies they are basing their answers on. But some facts are certain. First, both omega-6 and omega-3 fats are essential elements of a healthy diet. Second, until about a century ago, the ratio of consumption of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids had been roughly 1:1. In modern Western diets, that ratio is now roughly 16:1. Third, a higher level of omega-3 fat intake is known to have a positive effect on heart health and reduces the risks of heart attack, stroke, and diabetes. And fourth, if you consider the dramatic increases in cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes, and Alzheimer's in modern Western nations over the past century, along with the fact that greater consumption of processed foods is strongly correlated to worse health outcomes, you have to wonder whether that has anything to do with the fact that omega-6 has largely replaced omega-3 in the foods that people mostly eat. All things to consider as you walk down the grocery aisle in search of healthy nutrition. Thank you for joining us. If you found this insight helpful, give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe for more insights into your body and health.